Hmm. Okay, so my name is Paola. Okay, my surname is Dodero, so we are going to start. Okay, so good evening, okay, or good night if you want to. Okay, so we have extensive reading. Okay, we are going to start with that. Is to build reader confidence, enjoyment, to create fluency, and to read. What is extensive reading? Okay, if you were guessing what it's, explain that extensive reading is carried out to achieve a general understanding of a text. Long and Richards, okay, 1971, identify extensive reading as occurring when students read large amounts of high-interest material, usually out of class, concentrating on meaning, reading for gist and skipping unknown words. Extensive reading is always done for the comprehension of main ideas, not for specific details. Simply extensive reading is reading a lot, reading for pleasure, reading a comfortable, easy level for the student. Students should not be reaching for a dictionary every sentence or even every paragraph. Characteristics. Students read as much as possible. A variety of materials on a range of topics is available. Students select what they want to read. The purpose of reading are usually related to pleasure, information, and general understanding. Reading is its own reward. Reading is individual and silent. Reading speed is usually faster. The teacher is a role model of a reader for the students. Reading should take place over a sustained period. Developing student reading skills. How? Okay, how I am going to enter in this world of reading like a teacher. The aim of this presentation is to raise the awareness of the need to constantly develop the reading skill of students. Reading for content information. It's important to say that when discussing reading skills, one should always have in mind the language in which we want to analyze or develop the reading skills. However, this presentation centers on the common strategies for developing reading skills in either the mother tongue, be careful with that, of the student, or in a foreign language, English. Okay? When can we implement the same strategies? The answer is when reading for content information, the primary aim is not to learn the language, but reading for comprehension. Okay, so maybe if you were asking that, that is. Why is the reading skill so important? Before I give some practical suggestions on how to develop the reading skills of our students, I would like to emphasize the importance of having well-developed reading skills and why they should be constantly developed. Okay, here we have a chart, okay? When you are talking about the four abilities of English, okay, you have spoken, yeah, input and output, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So reading skills acquired once and for all, neglected, last receive guidelines, maybe. Input, develop of the other skills. Make distinction between fact and opinion. Be careful with that. Important information and the opposite. Learn to summarize, analyze, connect, develop personal opinion and ideas. How can we develop students' reading skills? The first step towards improvement of the students' reading skill is being aware that it's our job and instructors to help them develop the reading and to include it in our course outline as an objective among the others. How can we develop students' reading skills? How? Then students should also be made aware of the need for well-developed reading skills. Instructors should provide information on the nature of the reading skill and guidelines on how it can be improved regardless of the course they teach. Finally, reading should be only assigned as homework. From time to time, reading active should be done in class as well. In-class reading activities, interactive, interesting, student-centered, helpful, practice, instructors, guidelines, fellow students, experience, and techniques. Okay, so be careful with that. There is a long and rich story of research in the field of reading comprehension. The study of the reading comprehension is well developed and it's based on a long tradition of theory and research. Tips. I will try to simplify and outline certain tips that students can be reminded of. Every reading activity must have a clear state aim. You should know why you are reading, why, okay? That is very important for our students, okay? Because usually they ask, why I'm reading that, okay? What's the purpose? Okay, remember that students always are going to ask, why I'm reading, okay? In order to understand the aim of the reading more easily, the purpose of the aim should be embodied in a follow-up activity provided by the instructor, okay? That means of us. Students must be aware of the reading technique and know which one they should use in order to complete the task depending on the type of a text and the aim follow-up activity. Reading techniques, types of reading. Skimming. Okay, what is skimming? It's a reading technique that provides understanding of the whole text without reading it, from word to word. It involves discovering the main ideas of a text by reading first and last paragraphs and topic sentence and paying attention to other details on the page like titles, bold type, or italics, photograph, captions, etc. So when we are going to give these to our students, okay, be careful with the techniques, okay? Maybe you can start with skimming. Scanning, okay? Always when we have types of reading, we say scan please, okay? Scanning is a reading technique that one uses to find specific information without reading. The whole test, it involves looking down and around a page quickly and efficiently searching for important words, facts, or phrases to find specific information. When scanning a text, one should use peripheral vision and shouldn't focus only on the logical flow of the text. Okay, so if you are checking, okay, or comparing, yes, skimming and scanning is very different. One should observe what he or she is reading with a wide-angle scope as if she were looking at the image rather than a block of text. One should choose the same guide, okay, wide eye span as when driving, looking all that surrounds us and heading our way. Reading techniques, types of reading. Using the wide span approach, there are several methods in which one can read a page. Read paragraphs diagonally and place emphasis on the key words. Okay, remember that in each reading we have key words. Okay, read the page in Z, reading in a U, moving down the page and back up. One can skim the text by reading the first sentence of each paragraph. One can always use the help of the index finger by moving it in a slightly faster pace than the reading speed. Okay, remember that if use once the resource is scanned, it can then be skimmed for more detail. Um, okay, light reading. Reading for leisure tends to be light. Read at pace which feels comfortable. Read with understanding. Skim the boring, irrelevant passages. An average light reading speed is 100 or 200 words minute. This form of reading does not generally require detailed concentration. Light reading. Word by word type reading. This type of reading is time consuming and demanding a high level of concentration. People use this type of reading for unfamiliar concepts, sciences, formula, etc. Reading to study, okay, could be survey, okay, questions, recall. Okay, what happened with this? Okay, this was fine. When they, okay, give me 1 second. I have my here. Okay, maybe when they put the, okay, maybe they erase it. Okay. Reading to study. Survey, okay, question, read, recall, and review. Revisit your questions, compare these to your recall, and establish how well the text has answered them. Fill in any gaps by further reading and note tasking. Survey. Skim through to gain an overview and not to key points. Questions devise question you hope the text will answer. Read slowly and carefully. Recall from memory, write down the main points made by the chapter. Review. Revisit your questions. Compare these to your recall and establish how well the text has answered them. Fill in any gaps by further reading and note tasking. Speed reading. Depending on the reading technique and aim, students can underline important key sentences and definitions, highlight words or whole paragraphs. Use specific marks on the margin to indicate importance, relevance, or reference to other parts. Okay, I checked that you were okay, if I speak Spanish, yeah. Okay, I don't have trouble speaking maybe in French if you want to. Okay, but yeah. Okay, take notes in a notebook. Okay, draw visual representations of the text, charts, and graphs. Outro, okay, tips for instructors, okay, for us, okay, how are we going to do this, okay, because remember that when you want that your students, okay, need to read or they are going to read, okay, you have tips, okay, so upfront planning is crucial. Choose units or chapters, okay, from the course book or some other relevant books, articles, newspapers, articles that you think are essential for the students to read for the course you teach at the beginning of the semester. If you don't have an electronic version of the type, then or ask some of your students to type, then it also involves reading, okay? Remember that. So how are we going to do this? Okay, how? Yes, because remember, when you're a teacher, okay, and you need, okay, to give maybe a short reading, yes, okay, how? Okay, you can start with easier tasks, follow-up activities, okay, that require recognition, matching, filling, okay, true or false, okay. Remember that the majority of the books, okay, have usually fill in the gaps, true or false, matching some phrases, for example, okay, maybe, okay, we are going to think in one example, okay. I feel okay, when I am in the street and it's really hot, okay, I feel, okay, and you have hungry and thirsty, okay, so you have to match thirsty, okay, sediento. Yes, okay, so that it's matching true or false, the majority of the reading. Multiple choice, okay, remember that usually when you are checking some of the readings, okay, when you have to fill in the gaps, you have letter A, for example, letter B is, letter C are, okay? So you have to choose. Answer questions and summarize. Students can work individually, in pairs, or in groups of 3. You can start with group work, then pair work, and last individual work. Okay, so remember that when you're a teacher, you decide how your class is going to be. Okay, maybe you can give a paper or just a reading to them and you can form groups. Okay, usually try at least to do in 3, okay, like they are saying, or maybe in a pair, okay, so maybe Juanito and Maria can work together, okay, or maybe Juanito, Maria, and Mario can work, okay, in a group of 3. And usually we have some students that really love to study alone or really like to read alone, okay? In class reading activities, each reading activity should be preceded by a warm-up. Okay, for example, today we are going to read about, okay, a river, for example. Okay, so maybe you can show some pictures, okay, some words on the board, okay, and you can start with a warm up. Relevant to the type of text and the follow-up activity of the aim of the reading. You can introduce the topic, ask opinion. Okay, for example, I'm going to present about the river. What do you think about this river? Yeah, it's nice. Okay, we have the words water. Okay, we have the words river, maybe a rock. Okay, so at least remember that usually students like to check, okay, like to watch. You can introduce the topic, ask opinion, check background, knowledge on the topic. You can ask a question, connect to the main idea, elicit possible answers from students. For example, okay, we are going to talk about the river. Okay, and you can say, uh, how many rivers do you know? I know 3. Okay, can you give me examples? Okay, so at least try to participate with the students. Okay, because if you have a nice warm up, okay, that means that you have to start your class motivated. Okay, you can give that and they can learn better. Yeah. Okay, they can predict the content of the text from the title, photos, keywords provided by the instructor. The reading can also be based on the previous lecture and used as revision, so the students will be familiar with the content. Okay, so I am giving you a lot of ideas, okay, and you can have some of them maybe. Provide clear instructions, okay, remember that usually students ask a lot. Okay, how are we going to work? I have to use red pen or blue pen? Do I have to use a pencil? Can I erase? Okay, can I fill in the gaps? Do I have to write true or false? Okay, so clear instructions, okay? And you started that with your warm up, okay? So at first, okay, our activity is this. Okay, so we are going to fill in the gaps. We are going to write true or false. We are going to recognize some words. Okay, and maybe you can give examples to them. Okay, at least, yeah, they can work alone. Monitor, okay, at the end of the task, leave enough time for checking the answers, feedback, comments, and questions. So that means that you have to check always your watch, okay? And you have to check, okay, for example, we started reading at 6, okay? So I am going to give the warm up. I'm going to give the instructions, okay? We are going to have 20 minutes, okay? So always be careful with that, okay? Check always your time, okay? If I'm going to start with that, okay, in the first 10 minutes, okay, the pictures, the instructions. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give all the reading comprehensions, okay, maybe some dictionaries, okay, it depends on you, yes, but please clear instructions, okay, so when you are going to develop your work, okay, you are not going to have some troubles. So, in class, reading activities, putting paragraphs in order, cut the text in meaningful paragraphs, okay, 1A4 paper, cutting no more than 5 paragraphs and no less than 3. Distribute the same paragraphs to all groups of students, or if the text is bigger, you can give different parts of the text to each group and then ask them to connect the whole text between groups. Okay, that's a nice activity. Okay, for example, we have a reading about 9 paragraphs. Okay, so we can cut, then we can give to the students, and then they have to order. Okay, and they can compare, they can talk, okay, they can interact, okay, so that is the most interesting thing. Missing sentences, okay, reading activities. Take out important sentences from a text. Ask the students to find their place in the text, 3 or 5 sentences per page. Distribute the text from where you have abstracted the sentence to students in one page. Then print the sentence on separate pieces of paper. When the time is up, okay, remember that, for example, we start at 6 and 6:40, time's up. But miss, please, teacher, no, time up. Why? Because if they have, for example, 45 minutes to work that, okay, and they, maybe a group didn't work anything at all, okay, remember that usually that happens. So you are going to check that the time that you give to that group, okay, it not was maybe the same, okay, they thought that, but at least, okay, you can say, yeah, I give the same time. So time up, give your papers, please, okay, give me your reading, and they can check, okay, what in this case the answer. Provide the original version of the text, okay, yeah, usually they ask, teacher of this reading, it's, for example, of which book? For example, okay, we are going to think, maybe Pride and Prejudice, okay, maybe, okay. And you can say, yeah, okay, I'm going to give you the original version. Okay. So they like to. Okay. And also we can check the original version. Okay. Matching headlines to paragraph, filling in a table, true or false. Remember that it is the easy, okay, activity that we can give to the students. If you cannot find already made true or false, because maybe you have a lot of reading comprehension, maybe that doesn't have a good one, okay, make them on your own, none less than five, no more than 8, okay? Or it can be done as a reading exercise. Students make the true or false question, you check and give the questions to another group to answer them. Yeah, that is a good activity, okay? You can say, okay, we are going to read about, for example, markets. Okay, that's a good topic. Okay, so you are going to do, okay, 5 true or false, and we are going to give to this group. Okay, for example, group 1 to group 3 to group 5. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, and also students can practice their writing. Multiple choice, 3 or 4 choices, all of the above, none of the above, also possible as options. No less than 5, no more than 10. Be careful with that. Okay, visual presentation of a text, charts, graphs, timelines, take out definitions, concepts, importance, figures, form of a written text with a provide model our students can make their own organization. Write a one-sentence summary heading of a paragraph. Writing an outline of a text, major characteristic of a concept, phenomenon, or process. Summarize a text. Reading comprehension questions. Answer questions based on a text. The questions can be written on a separate sheet of paper and distributed to students. They can be based solely on the text or combining previous knowledge connecting through the material. Demanding critical thinking, discussion, questions. Students can also generate their own questions within groups and then answer the other. Okay, so they can work. Conclusion. Development of a student's reading skill should be one of the course objectives which will show the instructors commitment to creating competent professionals and future scholars researchers. The first step to improve the students' reading skills is by introducing it in the classroom. Okay, so this is the most important. The introduction of the reading activities in the classroom help the students develop their reading skills by training them to become more proficient, by making them aware of the need to work on their skill, and by making them more confident in deadline with such activities. Finally, it helps them pass the exam more easily by learning in class. It prepares them for individual in-home reading necessary for successful exam preparation, writing master or PhD thesis, and other personal purposes. Finally, it helps them become independent learners, develop the critical thinking, problem solving, analytical skill as well. Last but not the least, it provides an excellent learning but relaxed student-centered atmosphere. Okay, so in this case, we have some of them. Okay, it's going to download. Hmm. Okay, we have some reading skills Okay. And we are going to check, okay, how you can do this, but maybe with some examples. Okay, if you were checking, okay, and also listen to this, okay, you are checking, okay, some of the techniques, okay, that scanning, guessing, predicting, scheming, identifying, okay, establishing. Okay, so you have to take note, okay, because we are going to ask and answer, okay, about this. Okay, so we are reading a skill practice. Okay, we are predicting, we are scanning, we are identifying, establishing, guessing. So, which is the order? Okay, scanning. Yeah, okay, when you watch the video, okay, all the teachers, okay, start with something. Yes. Then guessing the meaning. Okay, if you hear one of the teachers said, it's not important if you don't understand one of them. Predicting, okay, predicting the content of a text, okay. Four, skimming a text for the main ideas, okay. I give you the meaning. And number five, identify the text type and the purpose for the reading. And number six, establishing the context for a reading, okay. Why I am reading that. Okay, so we are going to start with a short practice, okay. Listen to these teachers talk about how they teach and practice reading skills. Which one have you just seen in the films in part? And what other tips and techniques do they mention? Okay, so at least try to have a notebook, okay, to write, yes, because you are going to answer. Okay, tips for teaching reading skills. Okay, if you watch, okay, the video, some of the teachers are giving tips. Okay, scamming, skimming, discovering words. So use visual aids to establish context and generate. Okay, teach students to predict text content. Teach students to skim the text for the main ideas. Teach students to scan the text for specific details. Teach students to understand meaning from context. Okay, other tip and techniques mentioned. Pre-teach, key vocabulary, helping students to understand that they don't need to know the words, the meaning of every new word in the text. Give students explanation about reading skills, terminology, predict, scheme in the first language. Okay, so which are going to be our questions? Okay, so if you start with a reading, okay, how can you start? Okay, you can give me your ideas. Okay, so how you are going to start with. For example, in my case, I'm going to start with a warm up. Okay, now in my case, I'm going to start with a scanning. Okay, maybe in another, okay, they are going to start with an activity. Okay, true or false. Okay, so I am giving you, okay, maybe some minutes, okay, and you are giving teacher, okay, maybe is your internet, okay, maybe your connection, okay, maybe you can get out of the meeting and then you can enter again. Okay, because sometimes happen, okay, sometimes happen this, okay, so you can do that, okay, maybe I repeat it, okay, because in my case I have the video and the microphone on, okay, yeah, sometimes happen, okay, sometimes happen, Shirley, that internet, okay, have troubles, and also they say, I am hearing you like a robot. Okay, maybe you have to is I don't know, start again, okay, or maybe shut off your laptop, okay, or your tablet or your device that you are really right now. Yeah, sometimes surely, okay, it happens when you are usually giving instructions, okay, sometimes happen, yeah, sometimes. So maybe you can turn off, okay, your laptop or your device or your cell phone or your computer, okay, and maybe something is going on, okay, sometimes I repeat it, okay, internet is not 100%, and maybe it's going to be all the time, okay, so yeah, you can check that. And if that doesn't work, si eso no trabaja, okay, if I don't make mistakes, okay, they are going to give you the slides, okay, las diapositivas, okay, and you can check what are the meanings of, again, of scamming, okay, scheming, identify, okay, all the words that we were checking, okay. So um you hear, okay, some of the teachers, okay, that they start, okay, one of them start maybe with some jokes, no, because she was giving the planets, okay, if you remember, the other, okay, just give the reading, okay, and she said, if you don't understand the meaning of the all the words, do not worry, okay, do not worry. Okay, I don't understand this. For example, neighborhood. Okay, but you can continue reading. Okay, and maybe for the context, okay, you are going to know what does it mean, all the whole text. Okay, so at least try to think, okay, try to think in one of the techniques, okay, that maybe, yeah, you can check. Okay, that means, for example, I'm going to start with scamming, I don't know, scheming, true or false, multiple choice, okay, or just I'm going to start with a warm up. Okay, usually you have to, yeah, motivación, okay? Maybe just I'm going to stick some pictures, okay, on the board, and I'm going to say, for example, we are going to talk about pets. Okay, this is a dog, this is a cat, this is a parrot, okay? And I'm going to present, yeah, some of the paragraphs, okay? Remember that one of the techniques, okay, was that you can check a reading, you can cut some um, paragraphs, okay, and you can give them, okay, and they can talk about, okay, in my paragraph said that dogs are friendly pets. Okay, in my paragraph said that cats are, okay, so they can have different ideas, they can give their opinions, and also they can participate in class, okay, that it's the most important, yeah, because we can give maybe a text, but if they can participate, it's something that we need to, okay? So we can check, okay, all the teachers, okay, in your case, you are thinking, okay, what is going on, and we can ask to Drusilla. Okay, Drusilla, do you know, or in this case, how can you start maybe your class? For example, with scanning, skimming, multiple choice, true or false. Which idea comes to your mind? Okay, idea, okay, viene a tu mente, Drusilla. If you can't use your microphone, okay, you can write on the chat. Yeah, remember that we have a chat. Okay, and you can write your ideas here. Okay, you can write your ideas. Okay, you can give me your ideas. Okay, if my case, yeah, I have to teach a reading, okay, or do these kind of techniques, okay, I can start with, okay, I can start with scanning. Okay, I can scan. Yes, I can skim, maybe. Okay, I can identify the new words. I can do maybe a warm up. Okay, I can do it. Yeah. Or I just give the worksheet of the reading comprehension and I start my class, okay? Maybe the students, okay, know and I can follow the instructions. Remember that you have to be clear, okay? Remember, please, you have to be clear, okay? You can't start your class saying, okay, I'm going to present this, so, okay, let's start it. But your warm up, okay, if they have to scan, they have to check the new words, they have to give their ideas, okay, so they give you that, okay. We have Shirley, Drusilla, Pablo, okay, Takuri, yeah, okay. If you can't use your maybe your microphone, okay, you can give me some ideas, okay, about it. Yeah, we have Drusilla, we have Pablo, okay, okay, we have Shirley, okay, you can check all the things that we were checking. Okay, so in the first, okay, about the reading, yeah, we were checking the skills advice, okay? Remember that we have a chat, okay? We have a chat and you can check that, okay? Me puedes dar tus ideas, okay? Tus ideas, okay? How can you start, okay, with these techniques, okay? ¿Cómo, okay, tú empezarías, okay, una lectura? Okay, in your case, okay, maybe scanning, maybe skimming, okay, maybe just identifying some words, okay, it depends on you, okay. So while you think, okay, what are we going to check? Okay, we are going to start it, okay, but maybe with some examples, okay, about it. Yeah, maybe they started, for example, I'm going to check some of them, okay. In this case, okay, yeah, we can watch the video, okay, directly, and you can also check some of them, okay, reading and writing skills. Okay, if I don't make mistakes, okay, when I check these, they give us just short idea, okay, about it. Yeah, so let's check the second part. She is Kigali for Rwanda, lower secondary. What activities does the teacher use to practice? Establish the context. Okay, we have to pause a little bit. Okay. Okay, what activities does the teacher use to practice these reading skills? Okay, reading skill practice. Establish the context of the reading text, predicting the content, skimming for main ideas, scanning for specific details, guessing the meaning of text vocabulary from the context. Okay, so if you check the logo, okay, you check it was Facebook, yeah? So you can ask to your students, okay, do not give the answer, remember, okay? You can say, what does this mean? Okay, I don't know, it's a social media, it's a social network. Okay, here you can watch some videos. Okay, here you can check your friends. Okay, you can join, okay, for example, to many people that maybe you don't know. So they have to give you their main ideas. Okay, what do people do on Facebook? Okay, you can make questions, okay? Maybe, for example, happen something like my slides, okay? One slide was not okay. So what I'm going to do? Okay, you can give some ideas, okay? And you can continue. Yes, for example, Facebook is for watch videos. Facebook is for check a market, okay, because I want to buy things. Facebook is for find my family, okay, because maybe I need to know if they are people who had my surname, okay. Facebook is for just maybe fun, okay. So at least try to listen your students. Okay, remember that usually when you have 40, 50, 20, 10 students, okay, you have to listen. Okay, what do they want to say? Okay, Facebook is for check. Facebook is for laugh. Facebook is for invite people. Facebook is for okay, so maybe also you can take note, okay, on the board, and you can write the ideas. For what? Because maybe the reading comprehension of the teacher is going to be about Facebook and social networks. Yeah, okay, so I am giving you some ideas. Okay, what social networks, okay, do you know? Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, okay, you have, okay, TikTok, okay, you have a lot, yeah. So at least, yeah, try to listen your students and please always take short notes, okay, on the board, on your notebook, and also maybe they can draw, yeah, they can draw maybe like the logo of Facebook, of Instagram, okay, of TikTok, and they can write some of the ideas. Okay, if you check, they are sitting, okay, like 2 or 4 students, so they can compare their works. Okay, you have Instagram. Oh, but Instagram is, for example, red and yellow. Okay, in my country, for example, is green. Oh, okay. Or in that country doesn't exist. Oh, okay. So they can give you ideas. Okay, you can hear about it. Yeah. Okay, we can continue. Okay, can you punctuate the following sentence? That means comma, dot, okay. At the time of her death in July 2010, she had, okay, on Facebook and more than followers included the Prime Minister wife on Twitter. Okay, so at least they can write a comma. Okay, remember that they can check, okay, what is the text about? Yeah, with just one paragraph. Okay, when they give you one paragraph, okay, they can guess For example, this text is about something that's very important, okay, or that it's very famous. Yes, maybe it's someone who wants to know what it's about. Okay, check the text. Okay, research by a British anthropologist, okay, shows that the optimum number of friends, okay, that the human brain can maintain it's about 150, but that is in real world. Okay, happens on Facebook where the maximum number of friends permitted is, according to social networking statistics, the average Facebook user has, some people have a lot of more. Okay, so they can check, okay, if maybe if they have Facebook, okay, how many friends can I have on my Facebook? Okay, maybe what it's about people who it's really famous, okay, on Twitter, on maybe Instagram, okay, and they can underline the new words. Okay, remember that they don't have to know all the meaning, okay, that a teacher said. No. Yeah, they have to read and they have to scan. Okay, that is very important, okay, to give time to the students, okay, because they usually read and said, okay, but this text what's about, maybe I have some ideas in my mind. Okay, but when you talk with your partner, okay, in the case of the teacher, said your neighbor, vecino. Okay, in the case of here, okay, you can say your partner, yeah, your friend, yeah. So you can change the word, yeah. So you can start it, yeah. You can maybe give some ideas. Okay, also remember that it's a class of 45 minutes and sometimes it's really, really long. Okay, and you can start it giving some maybe some relax, okay, in that moment. And also they can say, yeah, I don't understand the text, but I think it's about, okay, and they can give you some ideas about it, okay? Yeah, okay. Also the teacher, no, you're supposed to discuss. Always you have to remember that you have to check the work of your students. Okay, do you have the right answers? Okay, the teacher is that, okay, wants that. Okay, if you were asking, okay, what does a scan means, okay, they are giving you ideas, okay? For example, she write 150, yeah? Okay, so they have to check the reading and said, oh, 150, 150 followers, 150 friends, 150 pages, okay, so they encourage, okay, to check the reading and to participate. Okay, so for example, we have here, okay, guessing meaning from context. Okay, remember that if you check the video, okay, students don't have a dictionary. Okay, no tienen un diccionario, yeah. So they have to guess, okay, adivinar. Yeah, research by Beatrice anthropology shows that the optimum number, okay, and they have to think which is the meaning of, for example, average. Okay, average, if you want to know, means promedio. Okay, so they have to guess that, the meaning. Okay, discuss. They can write their answers. They can compare. Okay, if you are watching the video, okay, teacher, yeah, doesn't allow dictionaries, no permite, okay, dictionaries, yeah. So the students, okay, have to guess, okay, have to know at least, okay, what does it mean that word from context, yeah. Also, yeah, they can work alone, okay. If you were checking, she encouraged students to read, to scan, to skim, okay, to identify the words, to identify some phrases, okay? So she can do that and she know how to do it. Okay, reading skills. Okay, also, okay, the class can be not just maybe just to read. Maybe you can do jokes about it. Okay, she was asking, okay, which celebrities, okay, do you know in Rwanda? Okay, and if you hear, they say One Direction. Okay, but no, One Direction, no. Okay, so Rwanda, they say some maybe some characters, okay, that are famous in that place. Okay, and some students raise their hands, yeah, and they say, I am famous. Okay, so they can joke about it, yeah, it's normal, but you have to maybe give some of them some ideas, okay, because maybe if they have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they can follow, yeah, and they can check some maybe points of view. So, reading skill practice activities, okay, are the teacher uses visual images, social network, logos to establish the text context. Students punctuate a sentence from the text, then use that sentence to predict the text content, okay? Students skim the text to check if their predictions from the previous stage are correct. Okay, so they give also some tips. Okay, also, yeah, students scan the text to find the significance of the specific numbers. Okay, if you remember when we were watching the video, she wrote 150. Okay, and she said, what is about that number? Okay, and they start to say 150 followers, 150 friends, 150 people. Okay, they have to guess, but they have to skim, they have to scan the text. Okay, so also they were practicing techniques. Number five, students answer worksheet questions about the meaning of some text vocabulary. They cannot use dictionaries, okay, and must deduce the meaning from the words that surround the target vocabulary, okay? Remember, you can't allow that in class. No dictionaries at all, okay? Why? Because they are going to search word by word, okay, palabra por palabra. They are going to search, they are going to find, and they are going to lose time in that. Yeah, so for example, if you give, for example, 10 minutes or 20 minutes, okay, they're gonna say, I didn't finish, okay, maybe I need more time. But if you remember, okay, your class has to do like that. Yeah, maybe you have 20 minutes to do that activity, so time up. Remember that you have always to write the time, okay? Students must know, okay, the time. Yeah, okay, I have 20 minutes. Okay, el tiempo, siempre. Okay, 20 minutes to finish that? Yeah, 20 minutes. Okay, no more, no more. Why? Because it's a short paragraph. Okay, no dictionaries, but please can no. Okay, and also you have to deduce the meaning from words that surround the target vocabulary. When you check the reading, okay, of the teacher, okay, from Rwanda, okay, she has some words, okay, underlined, and some words that were in black. Yeah, and she encourages students, okay, to give some ideas about, yeah, okay, so remember that, yeah, please, okay, at least, yeah, try to check that word. For example, king, okay, social networks, okay, and beside that words, you have another points of view. Yeah, okay, so always, okay, also you can give to your students, okay, maybe some techniques, okay, también les puedes dar algunas técnicas, okay, to your students, okay, because they really don't know how to read. Remember that you just give the text, okay? And maybe you can teach some techniques. Yeah, this is a scan, okay? And you teach. This is a scheme, and you teach, okay? This is identify the words, okay? Punctuation, comma, okay? Dot, yeah? You can teach, yeah? You have to give at least that points, okay? And clear instructions, okay? The main idea when they started that, clear instructions, okay? When, cuando, in the warm up, okay? En la motivación, yeah? Your warm up, okay? And your clear instructions, okay? How is going to be the work? Because if you don't do that, okay, all the class, the students are going to raise your hand and start with a lot of questions, okay? And the students are going to laugh and you're going to lose time. Vas a perder tiempo. Okay, so remember to be clear all the time, okay? And just to give the main ideas to them, to explain some techniques, okay? To say what is the work about, okay? To finish with a conclusion, okay? And to give the answers, okay? Yeah, always try to give the answers, okay? Because maybe when you finish your class, okay, they are going to ask, number one and number two, I didn't finish, I don't know. Okay, so try to do with all the time, okay, just with short periods, okay, 10 minutes, 5 minutes to do this, 5 minutes to talk, 10 minutes to work, and we finish with that. Okay, so at the end of the class, okay, you are going to feel that you really enjoy the class, disfrutaste la clase, okay, the students, how do you say, learn, okay, aprendieron, okay, and also you teach, okay, reading, okay, skills, and give you your main ideas, okay, and you give, yeah, what are the techniques for them. Yes, okay, so here, okay, you have a lot of ideas. Okay, so you check this, okay, that it's about the British Council, okay, and they give you the reading skills, okay. The reason that we read affects how we read. So, for example, if we are following instructions, we will read different than if we are reading to find out information. There are a number of skills involved in reading, for example, predicting, skimming, scanning, and recognizing links. We need to work with our students to analyze what these skills are and also to show them how they can get better of these skills. We also need to ask comprehension questions and conduct activities that will practice these specific skills. In the first part, okay, we show some examples of activities that practice a range of reading skills. In part two, we focus on tips from teachers, okay, and highlight some more example activities. Okay, in this case, we download the session that were in videos, okay? The notes contain discussion, video, viewing, and reflection task. Follow the task going through the video in sequence. The video and session notes are designed as self-study resource to be worked through together. Techniques are transferable to other classes in other contexts, okay? So that means, for example, in my class, I can work, reading comprehension, because the students always are maybe joking in class. Okay, so maybe you can start with new words. Okay, just give new words, vocabulary. Okay, or in my class, usually students like to read, but they don't participate. Okay, you can give the worksheets. Okay, and then you can check their work. So you check reading skill advice and teaching reading skills. Okay, and for example, you can download this. Okay, and you have, I already told you some commentaries, okay, about that this video, yeah, was helpful, or in this case, you check some of the comments of the teachers that you really like. Okay, so I want you to listen, okay, if you practice some of these techniques. Okay, me gustaría escuchar a alguno de ustedes, okay, si ha practicado alguna de estas técnicas, or maybe you know a little bit about this. Who wants to participate? Somebody? You're not sure? You don't have ideas about it? No? Okay, maybe this topic, maybe you don't know because maybe you don't practice at all this because I don't know, you don't get it. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I hope, okay, that this topic, yeah, was helpful, okay, for you because we were checking, okay, all of the slides, okay, that also, yeah, you can check if you are going maybe to introduce this in class. Okay, and also you have um the how do you say the conclusions, okay, and also the summary in this case of this. Yeah. Okay. So that is all. Okay, we check all of the slides. Okay, I explain you how these activities, okay, or how these extensive reading, okay, which skills can you give to your students, okay. You watch the videos, yeah, how can you introduce this in your class, how can you encourage students, okay, to do many things in class, yeah, and also, okay, the points of view of some teachers, okay, that they give you their ideas to help you, yes, algunos profesores que te han dado sus puntos de vista, okay, para que te sea interesante, yeah, okay, know how do they teach in another parts of the world, yeah, so usually that is the main thing, yeah, okay, so they don't give me, okay, yeah, okay, I finish the class right now. Okay, so thanks, okay, gracias, okay, to enter to this class. Okay, I hope that you feel, okay, interesting about the reading. Okay, and that's all for today. Yeah, so thank you and good night y buenas noches. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye, Drusilla. Bye bye, Hector. Okay, Shirley was with some of the troubles. Okay, and some of you, yeah, I think we're with some of troubles with their internet. Okay, algunos creo que han estado con algún percance en su internet. Okay. Mm, yeah, but in my case, I was checking, okay, that it was a little bit weird. Okay, that in my case, my screen was okay, bueno, mi pantalla se estaba compartiendo. Maybe it was something weird, okay, with internet. Yeah, because of them, they give me, bueno, they told me that they don't show my screen. Okay, so thank you. Okay, gracias. Sí, and good night. Buenas noches.